Boom, boom, it's Kenra. Welcome back to the channel. All right, so let's go ahead and pick up Fallout 4 Isolation Edition here, and let's go ahead and we need to get our weapon. We're going to be heading down to the Drumlin Diner, and to do that, we've got to get these great mentats made. Now, I've been telling you to pick up the hub flowers just about everywhere, and we got the mentats, and then we just got that whiskey in the last episode where we picked up the where we, the little building where we toasted those toasted the boat flies there with the grenade in that little building there. That's where you get the whiskey. There's always a whiskey there, so you can pick it up there anytime you want. I gotta make sure I don't think I checked these last couple of buildings here before I was heading down. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. There shouldn't be much of anything in here. There's a terminal if you want to read that. It's just this guy's doing drugs, yeah, so it doesn't look like there's anything in here. So we should be good on that side. I don't think I checked this one. Right up here. Ooh, army fatigues, that's good. We could use those. Those fit under armor, so that's good. Got everything picked up here. I did throw down 2 turrets just in case. Put one right there and put one right there. The way you do that is you go into here and you go into your thing, and then you just go to turrets, and you can put down turrets. I went ahead and put down a couple of them because I was worried about I will be using this place as a fallback. If I encounter anything that I can't quite take out with this thing, I can fall back to here and have the turrets take care of them. So that was my thinking there. I'm gonna have to put down a bunch of turrets here anyway once I get Preston Garvey and the Freedom Museum quest, which we haven't done yet. All right, so I got the great mentats. What do I need to do here in terms of money? So it's going to cost a little bit of money. So we're gonna need to pay. We got these gold bars. If you remember, we went and got the gold bars in there. Those gold bars, yeah, there they are, 3 of them. Any pre-war money? I think I've got a little bit of pre-war money. Yeah, just not a lot, but it'll do. So that should be enough. That with the great mentat should be enough, and what I've already got should be enough for me to afford it. Let's see what I got in here. There's nothing in there I can purchase. So let's go ahead and make those are rad roaches. Rat chunks. Mut chops. That should be about it. Yeah, that's some food. Keep getting my wrong buttons mixed up here. Okay, so let's head south. We need to get our weapon. We need to get some armor too. I don't have very many health points right now with my endurance as low as it is. So until I can get my hands on some armor, I'm going to be in soft titties here. It's going to be not difficult to beat any of the high level bosses that we might encounter. Not necessarily high level, but like mid-level bosses, like a feral ghoul roamer, which is the one that we encountered in things. These here these right here will refill right outside of the base, so you can always stop by here and pick this up. They just recycle. So if you're ever looking for, if you're short some, maybe like an oil or something, you can always swing by here, because it seems like every 4 or 5 hours or something, those things will respawn. Okay, the first quest, that big quest that we're doing is here in Concord. It's going to be right over there at the Museum of Freedom, which is right over there on the other side of that church. I don't want to spawn that quest as of yet, simply because um, raiders start attacking and everything. But that's the first big quest that you'll be doing after. We'll probably do it after USAF Lydia. It's the first main quest. That's keeping with the main quest is going to the Museum of Freedom. Unfortunately, at the end of that quest, you have to kill the Deathclaw, and I'm not in no shape to kill Deathclaw. Because I'm doing melee, I do not have a weapon that I could kill a Deathclaw with yet. That's what we're going to obtain right now. So we're going to see Trash Can Carla. She is a merchant. She's a traveling merchant. She will stop by the sanctuary after you have activated her. Until you talk to her here on the road, you will not see her at sanctuary. And another thing you got to remember is that after you talk to her and exit the conversation with her, she's going to start walking up here, and she's going to get jumped by some raiders. Okay, so it's best to just run up on here and hide, because unfortunately, not only is it sometimes raiders, it can sometimes be very, very nasty feral ghouls. I've even had a glowing one, which is like super high level, which there's no way anybody could kill this early in the game, start appearing after I talk with her. So it's best to just run up there and hide. So let's go ahead and talk to her. Okay, there's some dogs. That's not good. See, this is, she'll take them out though. We need to eat some food here.
Well, that's Commonwealth justice for you.
Okay, I would hope that this is what's going to be the big attacker, but I'm not sure. The raiders are still attacker, but the secondary attack that sometimes come from crit might just have been these mongrel dogs, which is good. But anyway, so we'll talk to her.
So what's your story? Looking to trade? Rob me? Or just ask directions to Diamond City?
Now you can be sarcastic and get a buff.
Sweetheart. Girl, have you come to the wrong place? My loving days have long since passed. But I'll tell you what, beautiful. You made an old girl smile, and that ain't easy. You want to do some trading? I'll give you a discount.
So she's going to give us a discount, which is
Let's
nice
see what
of
you
her.
have.
You break it, you buy it.
Okay, so I'm not using Mentats here, so I'm just going to sell some of the stuff that I got. You know, just junk that we picked up through our travels, so it's not like it's, you know, it's anything, but that's just what you could do. Okay, so okay, so okay, now normally the dog attack happens. Okay, she's getting up to leave, so the raiders should attack right now. If I had a gun, I wouldn't worry about it. I'd just shoot them down. But since I'm a little bit low on health here, so she's going to start walking up, and the raiders are going to pop right out of there and attack. Okay, she's got they got her pinned down. So let's see if we can help out here. being extremely difficult to eliminate there. Okay, that took care of you. Unfortunately, now that truck's going to explode, so make sure you don't go near it anytime soon. Okay, so I think, yeah, everybody's taken care of. So now this raider encounter is an excellent place to sometimes get some armor. So let's check and make sure I got all this mongrel dog meat right there. I think that's the first time I've ever seen wild mongrels attack before. Before the actually talk to Trash Can Carly. Usually it occurs afterwards. Where's that raider at? There he is. No, I got him. I'm not sure if that trucks, it shouldn't explode, but I've been known them to explode even though you would think that they wouldn't have gas in them right now. Okay, so here's where we need to get our weapon. This is Drumlin Diner right here. Okay. Now, the gist of this is as follows. The two people out here, Simone and I think Wolfgang, are drug dealers. They have been selling jet and whatnot drugs to Patrick, which is what's her name? Anyway, I can't remember her name here in Drumlin Diner, but her son is the one that's been buying drugs off of them, and he owes them money, and they're trying to get the money. So there's a little confusion here. So they're threatening to come in there and bust everything up.
We had a deal, Trudy. Hand over the goods. You owe us.
I ain't giving you poison shilling chem pushers.
See, I ain't giving you. Yeah, see, Trudy's her name. Yeah, Trudy.
Fair and square, Trudy. Ain't our fault if he's strung out. Now don't make me come in there and shoot up that little trading post of yours.
Okay, so that's the guild. So now I can take Grim Mentats, which will increase my potential. Let me go ahead and exit out of this. Tab. Okay, so let's do this. Let's save it right here because I got to do this fast because I don't want to do it all before the Great Mentats run out. So let's take our Great Mentats. Boop. Okay, so now.
Whoa, whoa, easy there, Vault.
So that should get my stats, my charisma up to 9, which is just below max.
You stop waving that gun in my face, or it's gonna involve me.
Okay, okay, just take it easy. We'll lower our weapons, all right?
Mm-hmm. Looks like you got some trouble. I could help.
Help? What are you, some kind of hired gun? Or maybe you can talk some sense into Trudy over there.
If I help, I expect to get paid.
All right. I was gonna pay you 100 cash.
Anything yellow, I should be able to hit with the 9 charisma. I wouldn't try this. I will occasionally try that. It's a little bit iffy on that. You usually get it, but the problem if I don't get it right here, these guys are going to go hostile, and that could end bad for me considering I'm not armed with my primary weapon. Now Trudy here, she's a toss-up.
I saw you in that poison cellar talking. Well, he ain't getting his money. Period.
I've hit in peacefully numerous times, and sometimes she just doesn't fall for it. I've even had max 10, and she still doesn't fall for it sometimes.
Away without getting hurt. All right.
Okay, cool. It went through. Because if it doesn't, it goes hostile, and everything starts shooting out. Trudy, of course, and that's her son right there, Patrick. He's the one strung out in the drugs. They always survive, and Simone and Wolfgang always end up dying, but I sometimes have died in the process before. so that's why I don't like to engage. So let's go ahead and talk to Trudy.
We're open for
I'm going to buy something off of you.
Sure.
All right, so here's what we
Let's
got.
take a look.
A little
We
bit
need to
of
get the
everything.
General's sword. And it is right there, General Child's Revenge for $13.50. Oh man. Okay, so I've got to scrape up quite a bit of money. So let's go into sell that folder. Let's go into sell the pre-war money. Sell the gold bars. Sell all the ammo. There, we got it. Thankfully. Okay, let's sell some of this other stuff here. Okay, I'm going to keep one baton. Don't need shotgun, don't need rifle, don't need tire iron. Gonna keep those fatigues. Don't need a drifter outfit. Don't need gas mags with goggles because that doesn't have. I want to keep the leather. Road leathers, sequin dress. Actually, I want to. Keep one of the sequin dresses. Why is that writing? Okay, sequin dress, salt, beer, black mango. Okay, so let's set this up real quick. Now these guys will sell. These guys are going to sell chems now. So
We
if you
get
go
paid
barter
and
him.
haven't even gotta shoot nobody. Good job. Here. Now how about I show you all the pick-me-ups I have to offer?
Okay, so that completes the quest. We just leveled up. Okay, so if you barter
Got a
him,
few minutes to
he's
browse.
got
Remember,
he's got chems.
moderation.
So as you can see, he's got some pretty nice stuff. Mentats, purified water, stim packs. So it's just a nice place if you're running short on stuff, and it's also a nice place to drop off some stuff if the others have run out of money. And I have not gotten any armor. I need more armor. Now I'm selling all this stuff right here. Anything that has rads I sell because rads are your enemy in this game. You got RadAway, which will remove rads, but you'll start to run out of those in game if you try going through the whole game just clearing all the time every time you get rads. It's best to just not get any rads at all. Okay, so that's good. Okay, not too bad. $500 walk away. All right, so let's set this up here. As you can see in my stats, status I'm a little bit wiped out because of the drugs. The Mentats, once it wears off, that'll go away. But I'm not addicted yet, so you don't want to take drugs too often if you don't have to. So let's go ahead and put this. So we're going to put the fatigues on as our base armor. We're going to put on the hard hat, and we're going to put on right leg. I need to get a chest piece, 2 arms, and another leg. It'll be difficult to get this. I went ahead and put the wedding ring back in here too. I had put that originally in my chest, but I took it out just in case. Just in case I needed it down here to sell. I didn't, but if I really needed to get the General's sword, I would sell it, and I would not particularly want to, but heck. All right, so the weapons. All right, so we're going to put this, hit Q, and you can set these up in your favorites tab. I'm going to put General's sword as my primary. Security baton is going to be 2. 3 will be a combat knife once I get it. Okay. Aid, we're going to put stim packs as 4. Let's switch that around. Let's put the stim packs on 1. Okay, and let's put the Radaway on 3 and purified water on 2. Okay, and then let's put the weapons. Let's put the general sword at 4 and put the security baton at 5, and then we'll put 6 for my combat knife. Okay, and we can level up. So we've got Blitz and we've got Idiot Savant, so let's go ahead and focus on sneaking would be good, but we really need to focus on big legs to do 20% more damage with melee weapons. We'll get sneak next. We might just go 2 directly into sneak because I'll be able to get 2 perks in it. But we definitely want to get big leagues because that's going to increase our damage. So here's 4. So here's the general sword. So this does pretty good damage, and I just added the 20% damage. Plus it does double 50% damage against sense our machines. So that makes this an excellent in-game weapon. You can pretty much do whatever you need to with this weapon in game because you're doing a lot of damage with it because you're doing almost double damage with it against synths, so it works out. So let's go over here. Now that I've got my weapon, I feel a little bit more confident about going to some of these places, which could be bad news. Definitely not ready to go up against a Deathclaw, but we can go into some of the other places, like underneath Red Rocket, and go do a few other side quests on the side. Up this way here in the corner to get us some experience. While we're down here, let's go ahead and run and check out this one area over here. Now be careful because raiders sometimes do wander around here. Not very often, but just in case. So always keep a lookout for them. So right beside the school here, there's an empty gathering place, sort of. It usually comes up with usually get an item there sometimes, but the main reason we want to go here is because of that baseball I just snatched up. Baseball, you can make baseball grenades, and we'll be using melee weapons, and our only range damage option that we're going to have is cocktails, fragmentation grenades, and whatnot, because we can use explosives. Alright, so let's see what there. Now if there's a settler there or it's empty, we're in good shape. If there's no settler there, or if there's a dead settler there, that means that there's most likely 2 rad scorpions. Okay, there's a chems vendor there. Is he dead? No, he's not dead. He wouldn't show up on the thing. So we should be okay. I've never seen a chems vendor there before, actually. Okay, so these are dead right here. So this is what I was saying about you can usually get some stuff. Impact and purified water. And a chems vendor. Not sure who that is. I don't think I've seen a chems vendor actually sleep in there before. I don't really need a chems vendor at this time, so I'm not going to take him. Okay. So we are not going to hit that quest right there. It's right there on the Museum of Freedom, and that's where Preston Garvey and his fellow he's got 4 people with him. Marcy Long, June Long, Mama Murphy, and Sturgis are with him. They're all from Quincy, which is a place that has been overrun with gunners, and they're fleeing, and they're trying to find a new place to settle down. And as soon as I complete the quest with them, they're going to be moving into my settlement up there at Sanctuary, and they will be hanging out there. So that will be my primary base of operations.
Got it.
At the beginning of the game. That's a good stall. Got all 3. Oh, another whiskey. Oh, another whiskey. I don't think I have another Mentats though, but I might be able to make one because that would be another great Mentats. Okay, so first problem. There are 2 blood bugs right here on this. Right, that's the red rocket. So I'm heading back up towards Sanctuary right now. There's some blood bugs on this right here. So I'm going to try and see if I can't take them out with a Molotov. Yes. It's really difficult. It's really difficult to hit these things sometimes. You can't really see the arch. I mean, once you get, if you load in the demolition perk, you get it. You get like an arch that'll show you where it's going to land at, so you can be a lot more accurate. But that's not until if you get the demolition perk, the second point in it. I'm not going to get the demolition perk. I don't, that's in perception, and I'm not focusing on explosives as my main damage. I'm doing, I need strength. Okay, so yeah, so that's what's up with that. So, but if you play the game long enough, you can sort of get a sense for how the throwing happens and whatnot. So the Great Mentats is worn off now, so I no longer have that charisma buff. Okay, so we've been south. Let's see here. Let's take a look at my inventory. Okay, so I've still got 310. I really don't need hit back. Let's go ahead and take out the red rocket. Clear out the cavern beneath the red rocket here. There's some mole rats in there, but you can get a fusion core and a bunch of other stuff in there as well too. As well as a high-level mole rat that you can kill pretty easily now that I've got this. Now that I've got the sword, and that'll give us some extra. So see, this right here refills up like I think it's like on the hour or something. So you can always swing by here. I mean, it's not in game. You're not going to want to run all the way over here just to do it. But if you ever do need some oil, or get some glowing, get a good set of glowing fungus here and a brimbrine, you can always stop back by here because it's always full. Okay, so let's go ahead and crouch, save the game, go into sneak, and let's go in here. Now remember the red rocket. I'll show you the flyer that they won for being the best trash buster, for not having any waste or anything, but they did have waste, and they actually have lots of it, and they just stuck it underneath the ground here, so they were scamming everybody. Alright, see, there's the mole rats. Now there's not really a whole lot we can do to fix this. I'm going to throw it out there, and that'll kill some of them, but it's not going to kill all of them. There he is. One usually always pops up behind you, so you just got to be ready for it. I don't like mole rats because they come out of the ground. They're really hard to beat. Okay, so we had a major explosion in there. Something blew up. Okay, so as you can see, we have a lot of brain fungus in here. Brain fungus is used for a couple of chem items, so you might as well just grab it. Even if you don't use it, you can just stick it in your, it's not online, was it? You can still stick it in your, chest and just not use it. Always pick up bone, as I said before, because you need bone to craft cutting fuel, which is a good source of oil. So, alright, so here's the dead mole rat. Here's the raw meat. That. Boom. Another bone fungus. You don't need to get it all, just grab as much of them as you can. Now, you got to run in here quick over here because this one right here is where they've been dumping their waste. So you're going to get some brads when you run back in here, as you can see. So just make sure you get everything quick. And here's that trash buster reward I was telling you about. So let me get out of here. We'll show it real quick. Yeah. So if you look at the trash buster reward, on behalf of, I'd like to guide you to where your waste reduction by a single store. So that reduction is come at the cost of them dumping it down underneath the store here in this ground right over there in the corner. So I thought that was a little funny. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end this right here. We'll go ahead and finish walking through this dungeon here towards the end. There's just another couple rooms up there, but I'm already at enough time. So thanks a lot for watching, and go ahead and put a like on the video. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and as we walk through this in this so thanks for watching episode 3 of Fallout 4 Isolation Edition. This is Kenrir signing out.